Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to the channel. Today's video is directly inspired by my friend Lara. She put out a video at the very end of January, beginning of February, about all of her goals that she has for her makeup life. And I was so inspired by that video that I wanted to share with you my goals for my makeup life, but also for my fashion life. I had goals for the contentment year, and I kind of wanted to go a little bit further in the sense of like, what would I want from my makeup life or my fashion life? And I love hearing other people's goals because they inspire the heck out of me. So I'm sharing mine with you today, and I hope that they inspire you too, because they inspired me. And I love a good goal setting because we just get clearer on what we want for ourselves. I'm going to talk about makeup first, and then I'll talk about fashion. I'm in essence going on a no-buy for the year, and there is in essence like not a no-buy video coming because of this like new philosophy that I have that you'll hear more about in an upcoming video, just about like honoring your own intentions and like your own goals and like the spirit of a project without having to designate everything as like I can spend on this and I can't. In terms of my beauty life, I just want replacements only. And so I don't need an exception for this, or I can spend on this, or I can't spend on these categories. And you'll hear more about that in the very next video on this channel. And I really love and I'm embracing that philosophy. The only thing I really want to tell myself is replacements. That's all I really want to buy are replacements. And the other, I guess, change is that I don't want to shop on my birthday or for holidays. I said I would probably give myself a budget for that. And I really want to challenge myself to not buy anything on my birthday or Christmas or a holiday, something like that. Because I guess I realize that the framing of these things is literally, I deserve something because it's my birthday. That's why it's okay to buy something on your birthday. And it feels really similar to buying something because it's a sale. The only reason you're buying that thing is because it's on sale, and that's the same thing here, because it's my birthday. And I think part of me and a lot of people out there, it can make us feel like our life, okay, I don't want to extrapolate to you. My life is not sad because I don't buy myself something on my birthday. I think that there is something that feels self-flagellating about not buying something on your birthday. And it's like, why not? It's your birthday. Like, you can allow yourself that. But that is the exact point that I'm making, is that we've established this norm that it's okay to treat yourself on your birthday because it's your birthday. And if you don't allow yourself to do that, or people who don't really celebrate their birthdays, it's like their life is sad and they can't appreciate how special they are because they won't celebrate themselves. And my life is not sad because I don't buy myself something on my birthday. Just think about that for a second. I have believed that my life would be sad if I didn't get a gift on my birthday. No, I don't actually, like, in my heart believe that. It's like this narrative I've told myself. Because in reality, the only thing I want on my birthday is to see the people that I care about. People that I love, or the person that I love. The next thing is that I initially wanted all of my beauty purchases to be around $650. I've now changed that to around $250. I think a budget is important so we can spend within our means. And if my replacement budget is for everything, skincare, hair care, body care, what have you, but the budget needs to accommodate that. And my belief this year was to allow me to buy things while also stretching myself. So I believe, like, I see the value in a good skincare routine. And so what I decided to do to figure out what the budget could be is that I went onto Paula's Choice and I made a cart of all the things I think that I would buy this year, like in the quantities in which I think I would buy them. So I put in like one moisturizer, one sunscreen, one active, a couple of their BHA toners or their BHA exfoliators, and the cost of that, there was a 15% discount at the time, was $272 Canadian. That exercise was important to me because I felt like I had enough budget to buy all the Paula's Choice skincare that I wanted, while also having room for other things. And that's not really the case. So my budget tells me that $250 feels like the right number, where I can get some of what I want, but not everything. And I'm going to have to make choices. I know that I won't need a moisturizer for a while. I know that I'm good with cleansers for a while, or some of the other Paula's Choice products that I have. And I'm going to need to buy them something eventually, but it's also probably not going to be in the quantities that I want. Or like if I have to buy a new moisturizer at some point, like doesn't mean I can buy the Paula's Choice. And I do think it's going to be longer in between purchases than I expected. The point being, we don't get to buy all the things that we want. And so the $250 feels like a good stretch budget. For beauty, which goes for makeup or skincare, like everything, use what I have first before buying anything new. And really, this is the thing that I need to get the best at. I have samples in minis and travel sizes that I've held on to and not used, and bought full size replacements because I didn't want to use the travel size. It just doesn't make sense. And the longer that I can go between purchases is a good thing. Using everything that I have, including samples. My tracking project has made it very clear to me that there's a lot of things in our lives that kind of function like white noise that we don't really see as stuff. And foil packs are one of those things. I really want to focus on using one palette per month. I established that for January. I really like that as a way to kind of get to know my makeup collection and really have that experience with each of my palettes. There's palettes that I've used only a couple times, but don't really have full beefy thoughts on. I also want the majority of my makeup to leave because I've panned it and empty it. Same thing with skincare and hair care, and not because I've decluttered it. I think this is going to mostly apply to makeup though. And decluttering doesn't really make me feel good, especially when things are usable. And I'm okay using things that feel mediocre, even things I don't love, if I have them in my wheelhouse to declutter, or my capabilities not to declutter, to use. I would also really love to have more empties than purchases and declutters combined, because ultimately I want to use what I have. So that is the way I want things to exit, is because I've used them. I would really love to not shop any of the Sephora sales this year. That would feel really good to me. And I know in the past I've shopped them as to replace things, but also even to get a primer that I've been wanting to try out. Because I am currently living with excess in categories, I don't want to shop this sale. At least for the first sale, there'll be nothing that I wouldn't have finished anything to buy it. But also I have used the sale to buy something before that thing is actually finished. Not in every category, the last Sephora sale, I bought a face mask after I had already completed and used up the face mask that I wanted to replace. So that was a good purchase, but that's not always the case for me. And I have bought stuff before it's emptied, and then that thing takes longer to finish. And sometimes by the time I finish, I don't actually want the thing that I bought, and I would have just been better off holding out to buy the thing that I really want, even if it's full price. So I don't want any of that going on. I can shop the Sephora sale if there's something that I would like to buy as a replacement after that thing has been finished. That would be the only circumstance, which I think is unlikely. So I would love to not shop the Sephora sale. I would like to experiment with more eye looks and try more tutorials. Today I have an eye look I'm just loving. I'm feeling so beautiful in this look, and that's just what I want more of: more experimentation, more fun with makeup, and trying tutorials from YouTubers or brands that have produced products that I own. And I would love that for myself, to kind of as a way to keep things fun and exciting. One thing I think I'm doing really well is the minimalist makeup bag. I've been producing one about once a quarter, once a season, and I really want to continue doing that this year, which I love, and I think really serves me. I would like to continue being selective about PR. One thing that like I don't talk a lot about on this channel is PR, and I get PR offers every week, usually multiple times a week. In December, I think I got maybe 60 PR offers alone in that month. And, January kind of and February haven't really been an exception. Not as much as December, but still fairly high. And I say no to 95% of things. And I feel really good about the choices that I make. Like everything that I've reviewed or tried or taken a sponsorship for, like still stands up to me after the fact, and I am very happy and proud of the choices that I've made, and I just want to continue doing that. I really want to see pan in more palettes. I would love to have a pan in every single palette, maybe not every single color, but every single palette, and I don't think that goal, pan in every palette, is possible this year, but I think by using what I have, it's possible to get started on that goal, which I would love for myself, which kind of, leads me to the last thing, which is really just to use what I have and focus on using what I have, like to love my collection, to love on it, and for it to feel worn out and used, and use everything and and use it all, use widely, hit pan, not just in eyeshadows, but in blushes and highlighters, and really focus internally on what I own instead of looking externally to like the newest thing. All right, let's talk about wardrobe goals now. I just went to go get a little lip gloss. My lips were dry. All right, so wardrobe goals. I originally said I wanted to spend no more than $1,400 on my wardrobe. Since I want to do a no buy, I am thinking this should be around half, if I can make it that, $700 or less. I would love for it to be zero, but I already know of like one thing that I like need to buy, which are pajamas. I bought 3 pairs for the winter time, fall to winter, which I love, but I also got rid of all the other pajamas I own, which means I have no pajamas for the summer. And I don't think flannel pajamas is a reasonable thing to wear in the summer or an expectation that I can stretch. So I do know I need to buy pajamas. It's also likely if I can't fix the stains on a t-shirt that I might have to buy a t-shirt, a white one. There are some others that are a few years old at this point that have been worn well over 200 times. I'm actually thinking they're probably in the 300 range that are, I don't know if they'll make it through the year. I absolutely don't want to replace those t-shirts. They're my Aerie t-shirts, my favorite. They don't make that style anymore, and I don't want to leave them at any cost. So those might need to be replaced, but I can stretch those if I can. There's a chance that some bras might need to be replaced. Again, we'll have to see on that. There's already some things that already kind of feel like that they are likely to need replacing. The only for sure right now are the pajamas. So I'm thinking 500 is fairly reasonable. I've also, if you watched a recent video, talked about potentially getting a trench coat, but I just don't know how I feel about buying that this year. So that's not a priority. That is a we'll see. And I've already spent $100 on those undershirts. So that would leave me, if I want to spend $700, $600, and being able to get some t-shirts, some bras, a trench coat, multiple pairs of pajamas. I don't think all of that will meet the $700 budget. So it's either one of those things or multiple of those things have to go, or increase the budget slightly. And I'm not a fan of increasing the budget. I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So we're going to set the goal. This is a goal at $700. I also may need summer sandals. I tried to buy some last year and I tried on a ton, even when in store. It was kind of a nightmare. And I ended up not wearing any sandals last year except for like some flip-flops. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Also, I really want to wear sandals. I don't own them. And I think that like I'm allowed to own sandals because it's summer. Not even heel sandals. I mean like an everyday sandal. Because I don't own them, I'm thinking it could be an option. My however here is that on my most extensive walking days, I tend to just wear running shoes and have that be the preference. I don't think I would enjoy wearing sandals for that day if I did own them. So I'm like, am I even a sandal person? Like, do I just wear the flip-flops and like kind of have that be it? Or like my dress sandal that I bought last year, because I felt pretty good last year. Maybe this is just like my mind telling me that I need something because it's normal for people to own it even though it doesn't work for you. We'll see. Another goal, which is very similar to what I said for makeup, is to try going without and stretching before buying replacements. The white t-shirt is that perfect example. It has some yellowing on the armpits, which is pretty normal for white t-shirts. So I want to try and fix that before I buy anything new. And I know like I've seen it and I haven't wanted to wear the white t-shirt because of the yellowing. To me, like you have to fix it first. You don't get to buy an alternative unless you fix it first or make that attempt. One of the things I also want to do is to track my outfits for 30 days. I'm thinking twice a year would be the goal, with the shift of major seasons, to really see what I'm wearing. Because what I've noticed from videos and from like thinking critically about myself is that there has been a disconnect between how I think I'm doing with things and how I'm actually doing. And so I want to track this for my own knowledge, not necessarily to produce some kind of content. And I think, having that visual of what you've worn every day, which I have done in the past, is so powerful because nothing speaks more strongly than seeing your outfits visually. I do track my wardrobe in terms of wears, which does provide me with some specific data, but I think to see that visual evidence is more powerful for me. And I really want to see what my week looks like in outfits, what my month looks like in outfits. And I think that would be valuable and fun, and also a way to focus on what I have opposed to looking elsewhere. And maybe through the process of tracking what I have or how I wear things, doing an outfit log will make me be a little bit more creative, which I'm not mad about. I have Courtney Carver's Project 333 as well as Anushka Reese's The Curated Closet. I have owned both of these, maybe flip through them, but I have never read them or done the thing. And I would like to do both of those books this year. I know the basics of 333. It's not so different from the capsule wardrobes I create now, but I want to read the book and then do the thing, because I think after reading a book like that, I'd be so inspired. I might do it just for one season, like spring. I think, again, that's another way to look internally at what I have and focus on what I have and being the most creative with what I have instead of looking externally. And I do know in my no-buy year of 2020 that I did struggle the most with clothing, but I also didn't really have much in place to try and deter that. I mean, I did start making videos on this channel, which did help somewhat, and I did try a capsule wardrobe video at that time, but I would like to do the most, and I'm here for that. I really want to wear my nicest clothes at home regularly. And also the other day, and this has been on my mind for a while, and the thought process that went into my most recent 10 by 10 capsule, and listen guys, the last couple of videos I filmed, I honored that capsule, but I'm about to just go clean, and I'm not gonna wear my Saison sweater to do that. I'm just not. So I'm wearing this though I can go clean and pack in just a little bit. So for that winter 10 by 10, I have been living by it, and I have been wearing those outfits that I showed you. I love that video because I imagined some of those outfits but hadn't worn them, and there's some that looked better than I expected and others that looked worse. And I mean, I put them in there. There's one outfit in particular that I didn't love, but I put it in there, and I kept it because it was in essence an experimentation, and I wanted to honor that, so I kept it in. But I want to do more of that, wearing the nicest clothes at home, because my life as it is worthy of my nice clothes, and I bought those clothes for me, and so I think I should wear them at home. I actually had the urge the other day to like wear a blazer and jeans, and I was like, I wanted to channel like that boss energy because I felt like I needed it. Like I needed to show up for myself that day, but like I had packed all my blazers, and it's like, we're not going to go through the boxes to unpack the blazers. You know, you can do it next week. You can have that boss energy next week. I mean, I hate to say that to myself. So I did wear like a nice sweater. Like I wore the Cezanne sweater, the Alma sweater, the Alma cardigan. That experience was an exception. And also, that capsule that I did, like I'm wearing that stuff as I'm living through one of my most chaotic years, one of my most chaotic weeks that I'll probably have, hopefully, this year. Like moving is stressful. And when I'm doing the dirtiest of work, yeah, I'm not going to wear my nicest clothes, but that's not every day, all day. And I recently was reading Marie Kondo's book, and she talks about decluttering and tidying when she goes to clients' homes, and in her own, like wearing her nicest clothes because they don't prevent her from doing that work. And also this like honoring. And I was inspired by that because it's like, yeah, I'm packing and stuff. Some days I'm literally like on the floor, but that's not every day. And I can pack and do things in my nice clothes. So I feel like I should. And this week, well, it might be counterintuitive. Like, why would you wear your nicest clothes when you're doing the most work? I just feel like it was such a good choice because I'm feeling like my best self. Anyways, I've already established shopping windows, and they were in intention to be like to spend my budget on my clothes in that time. But because we're doing replacements only, they're not as relevant as they were, but I still want to keep my shopping to the windows where I can. And I think for the most part, it will be possible because I don't foresee any clothing to be an emergency. Like even if I need a bra, like those bras are gone. And even if I can't fix the bras that I want to fix, I know I can wait 1 to 2 months for springtime to buy them. Most things I feel like I can wait to the next season to buy them, and I really want to honor that shopping window where I can. I do think instead of having it one day, keep it as like a weekend, as that's going to be the time I buy my things for that season. I'm thinking like one day is a little too short. Like I want to be able to spend some time to look around a bit, like sometime, but like not obsess. And then, yeah, so it keeps it short. I want to continue keeping my Instagram usage low. I've really honored and respected that. There have only been some exceptions, like when I've posted some content, but they have been so helpful in keeping my discontent at bay. And I have been doing this for several months now, like before the turn of the year. And that's something I have found really beneficial to my mental health and to my own feelings about my own life and contentment. And I also feel like I've been really good at being able to decipher, okay, Instagram is not great today, or I don't feel great about myself today. Instagram probably isn't the place to be right now. And I've been good at that. So I'm proud of how I'm doing there and want to continue it. Also, Poshmark. Poshmark has been both a blessing and a curse because I have bought some really fabulous things on Poshmark, but I've also made some of my biggest mistakes on Poshmark. But I will not be buying anything other than a top on Poshmark. Like tops, maybe a dress. Anything else is too much of a risk, even shoes. I bought shoes on Poshmark from a brand that I own and have owned in the past, and I bought my size that I own in that brand and they didn't fit. So for me, Poshmark as a whole is just a no-go unless I'm looking for tops, potentially a dress depending on the silhouette and the style, but definitely, oh, and accessories like purses or wallets, jewelry, things like that. But I don't need a purse. I mean, I did want to buy a wallet this year, but unless mine breaks and I can't fix it, I won't be doing that this year. It can wait. So, with those exceptions in mind, I don't want to buy from Poshmark. It's been more of a headache and something that makes me feel shitty than a good thing. I really want my closet to be a place of joy and fun, and I think those are the things for me that help me feel contentment, is when I can experience joy and happiness in my things. And when we're focusing on buying the newest thing, when we're focusing outwardly on like trend mood or other people's wardrobes, even to get inspiration, I think I need to be in the right mind to find inspiration, whether it's for makeup or clothing or my home or what have you. But looking outwardly, what other people own, what's out there, what's at the shops, or the newest thing, is not going to be the answer for me to make me feel content with what I have, and also experience joy and happiness in what I own, and my wardrobe, and my fashion choices, and my creativity. I don't need to look externally to find joy in myself and joy in my clothes. And if anything, it's just going to be a detractor. I want to be creative, and I think part of what will help with that creativity would be like outfit logging. And also I do take time to do like playing in my wardrobe days, and the last time I did one was a little while ago. It was in September, I think, but I also had done one the month before, and I just want to do more of that, like picking one pair of pants and trying it with like 20 tops. But yeah, I want to do more of that. That's one way I know I can keep my closet fun. And my closet has been the biggest area of discontent. And I think the area where I act on boredom the most, or maybe not boredom, but discontent. Like, I think it's really easy to feel bored in your clothes and what you own. For me, more so than makeup. And the purchasing that I've done has happened the most in wardrobe than in makeup. And so I really want to focus on slashing that boredom and just like loving everything I own, wearing everything I own. And if I find myself not wearing something, I don't want to own it. If it doesn't bring me joy and happiness, I don't want to own it. And if something needs to be replaced, that's a different question. Like, if I owned a better version of this thing, I'd wear it more. That's not the kind of category I'm talking about, because I think that can get me on the hunt of finding like the perfect striped top or the perfect whatever it is, which I don't want to do, and especially not this year. What I mean to say is just really focusing on everything loving, everything fitting, everything bringing me joy, and my wardrobe being a place of happiness, and wearing everything. If I don't wear it, I shouldn't own it. And wearing something like twice a year, I don't think qualifies as wearing it, because usually when we wear something twice, it's because we forced ourselves to do it. That's not what I want. So those are my goals for this year. And even just talking about them, especially my wardrobe, I'm like, yeah, these are such great. I feel inspired after this. I have some real strategies here to help with contentment and to achieve my goals. Like, I have some options on having joy in my wardrobe and being creative, like the Project 333 and Anushka Reese's book, The Curated Closet, are ways to look internally, to experiment, and to find that joy. I'm here for it. I would love to know what your makeup and fashion goals are this year, your makeup and wardrobe goals, your beauty goals. I would love to hear them all in the comments down below, whether they're similar or different. I love hearing your thoughts. Like, they make my day. And I've had some really great conversations with y'all. And some of your comments have sparked conversations with friends outside of YouTube as well. So keep them coming. Thank you for being here. I would love it if you would subscribe and come around and check out some more videos. We got the Year of Contentment that is going on strong. I have some really great no-buy videos coming up, some really great thought-provoking videos. We're all about conscious consumerism here, using what you have. We're on a no-buy this year, so we're making it happen. Thanks so much for watching. And yes, I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.